Girl, what? What you just said? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Bienvenidos nuevamente a mi canal. What's up? How y'all doing? What it do, baby? Your girl is back with another Hollywood Glam episode, and we're gonna get into this phase, baby. So this video is gonna be super detailed. We are getting into some things, baby. Okay, take your notepads, write stuff down if you're gonna do that, or pick up your makeup brushes if you're doing your makeup alongside with me, or you know, get your popcorns if you're just watching this for entertainment. However, whatever you're doing, coffee, chocolate, whatever. Before we get into the video though, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also turn on your bell notifications so you do get notified every time I post a new video. Let's get into the video. Okay, so let's get into this video. I already did my brows, kind of, sorta. I still have to clean them up, but I wanted that cleanup part to be part of the video, which is why I haven't done it yet. So we are going to go super in detail, in depth of like certain techniques that I would probably recommend for you to try out. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to clean up my brows. If you guys want to know how I do my brows, I have a separate video, super in detail video about how I do that. I will link it up here somewhere so you guys can go check that out. I will not be going through anything that I've already gone through before. I might touch on a few things, but I'm not really going to go through anything that I've already said detailed in previous videos. So just so you guys are aware of that. Disclaimer, we're not talking about my lace because my lace is giving very much so lace, not scalp. Okay, it's definitely clockable. I put this wig on actually today, but then I regretted the second I did it. But by the time I regretted it, it was already too late. So I will be using some old products, some new products, some old techniques, some new techniques. It just kind of all depends. So I already did my brows. I don't have the best brow day today, but that's all right. That's all right. So I'm going to go in with the OFRA Cosmetics. This is the Concealer Deep Corrector Wheel. You guys know I'm in love with this. I can't stop using it. I haven't stopped using it ever since I got it. And girl, it's bomb. Especially if you love cream products, it's bomb. So these two products look really similar to me. One is a little bit warmer than the other one. This one is a little bit warmer than this one. So to me, it doesn't make much of a difference, at least not what I use it for. So I'm just gonna go in with the cooler tone one, I guess, and we go in with a flat brush. I'm trying to be as detailed as possible in this video, so this will be a lengthy video, just letting you guys know. We're focusing a lot on techniques and complexion in today's video. So I'm just going to clean up my brows, and what I like to do is that I literally just go along my natural brow shape. I don't create a new brow shape. That's not what I do. I make sure that I like my brow shape whenever I'm actually plucking my brows, which you can also see in my brow tutorial, which I will link up here. You can see that I'm really big on my brows need to look nice and shaped even without makeup. Like, I'm super big on that because I don't normally wear makeup on an everyday basis, and I love not wearing makeup. So I need to make sure that my brows are always on point with or without makeup. I'm literally just following my natural brow shape. I don't have to like shape them or do anything drastic, dramatic to them because that's already done. You know what I mean? My lace is even lifting, child, because I really just gave up. I gave up midway applying this wig. Let's just cover that up. Act like it's not there. Pay close attention to where I am applying the concealer, where I start applying it, because that has something to do with what I'm going to tell you guys in a second. Me blending out my underbrow, my brow bone concealer with my finger, that's just something I do myself. I do not do this with my clients. With my clients, I'm way more professional. I use an actual brush and blend it out professionally, in a professional manner. So just keep that in mind. But I am right now doing makeup on myself, so I will act as such. I'm just here to show you guys the techniques, really. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is that you're going to take your foundation and use your foundation to clean up the front of the brows, and then have those colors blend in together. So you'll have your foundation and your concealer shade blend in together the same way you would have your concealer and foundation blend in together on your face. You're just gonna do that on the brow. So I'm taking, this is my OFRA Absolute Cover Foundation. This is in the shade 775, and I'm taking the smallest amount. As I said, I don't feel like my brows, I don't want to take it back of my hand. I don't feel like my brows need any cleanup, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you guys what I mean. You guys see how seamless that is? And then you just blend it into your foundation. I feel like, obviously my lids are darker, you know, I have dark eyelids, so the foundation is going to be lighter than my eyelids, but you guys can see there's not a harsh line in the front because I cleaned up with foundation. This is perfect for you to clean up your brows if you don't want the highlighted look on the arch and stuff like that. So that's a little tip right there. So what we're going to do next is we are going to move on to the eyes. You guys know I like to work my way down. Sometimes I even do my forehead first, but because of this video I will be showing you guys the proper way to do it. I guess there's no proper way, but yeah. So for the base of your eyeshadow, I will be zooming you guys in, but let me just talk through this real quick. I feel like the concealer, because I don't go more than 3 shades lighter. I normally want to stick between 1 to 2 shades with the concealer, but you should be able to use that concealer to blend down and prime your eyelids. We are going to do a supernatural beat, like a soft glam type situation. That's what we're going for today, because you guys know that's kind of the Hollywood look situation, baby. Take the same corrector wheel from OFRA, and we're going to take a brush. I would definitely recommend to use a cream concealer instead of a liquid concealer. So we're going to go in with this shade right here. We are focusing a lot on the color palette of your whole face. You want your whole face to be one color palette. Like, that's kind of what we're going for today. So for cream contour, because you will be needing cream products, well, at least to follow my technique. You guys know I love my Inglot Cosmetics cream contour and concealer. It looks a little bit dusty. I'm sorry for that, but child, and I haven't used this in a minute. But I also have the dark color in the center of this OFRA Cosmetics palette. I just wanted to show you guys, this one is more liquid and this one is more cream. That's what it is. This one is cream, but it's way thinner in consistency. The consistency of the Inglot one reminds me more of a liquid concealer than a cream concealer. So I'm going to take another brush, a clean brush. Hold on. I have really oily lids, you guys, so my should be creasing up so quick, child. Taking this cream product right here, a fluffy blending brush, and we are dipping it in here. Swirl, swirl, swirl. And as I also mentioned in my, I believe it was my first Hollywood Glam video, you want to outline to make a guide. This is kind of dark now that I look at it, because I've never really used it on my eyes, but it's kind of where your natural eyelids, eye shape, where it's naturally dark, which is why you also want a fluffy blending brush, because you don't want it to be too precise. You want to be able to like blend it out. And this low-key disappears. I know the Inglot one disappears way easier because it's more, as I said, liquidy, but it definitely helps you sorry, it definitely helps you as a guide, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do later. So I'm literally putting it in my crease, and to know where your crease is, you're going to have to like play around and find your crease, but you put it in your crease and you just wing it out depending on what type of look you're going for. We're just gonna wing it out towards the brow, and then we are going to dip into some translucent powder. So I will be using my powder concoction, which you guys know me loves. I'll have a video linked of how I make this and what's in it and everything. You're going to take a kind of a big brush. You can actually go bigger than this if you have one that's bigger. I feel like these two are like a decent size, but if you have something like this, that's a decent size too. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. Or if you have a brush like this is the setting brush from Real Techniques, which actually I think I'm going to use this one. Dip into my powder. I'm just gonna dust some of it off, and I'm just going to go over. Okay, that was a lot because I did not mean to get powder all over my under eyes. And we will be setting our brows. This will make your brows lighter. It will kind of take away from your brows a little bit. I have a blonde wig on, so I do not care. So now we're going to go into the eyeshadow. You might think, bitch, you already have eyeshadow on, which is the whole point. So I have the OFRA eyeshadow palette. This is the Signature Looks palette. Looks like this. You guys know I love this palette. I've talked about this palette in the past. I've used this palette in the past and I love it. And we also have the Pixie Beauty Face palette. You might think this is not an eyeshadow palette, and no, because we're using some of these shades. Now we are going to take my favorite blending brush, which is the one from BH Cosmetics. So we're going to go in with my contour shade, my bronzer shade, which is this one right here. As you guys can see, it's the only shade that I've used in this palette except for the highlighter. So you put it on the brush, you dust it off a little bit because you don't want too much product. You want a little bit but not too much. How we're going to do this, believe it or not, we're going to contour the nose. So we are going to start right here, and work it up towards the brow. Are you guys seeing that? I've done this technique for a good minute now, like a couple of years, I want to say, but I don't think I've ever mentioned that in a video. I might have showed you guys this, I don't know, but whatever. I'm just here to refresh your memory, okay? So you want to keep going in, and this is gonna give you automatically the illusion of a higher crease. If you are struggling with finding a crease, or you feel like, oh, you don't have a crease, we're going to switch to another blending brush. You don't have to switch if you use the same one. I just prefer to switch because I'm going with a darker color, and I might have to go back to use that one. So for the darker color, again, I'm just going to show you guys both palettes. We are going to be using a shade that looks like this, which is really dark, or a shade that looks, look, I can't even talk, like this. I am going to use both because I'm going to show you guys why. So I'm going to use both shades, and the only reason why I am going to use both is because this shade is a tad bit lighter than this shade. So I'm going to start with this one, and then I'm going to build it with this one. That's this extra step that you don't have to do. But again, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that. I just like to build my products, and I always say this in my videos. I am a person that likes to build. Like, let's freaking build slowly, because it's just easier to make it look good than to clean up. So we're going to dip into this shade right here. Wow, I was so off. And then we are going to go down here. And if you want to pat the color on, or if you want to swirl the color on, that's up to you. As you guys can see, it's getting really, really dark. I feel like the camera is not making this justice, and I feel like my lights are super bright. Maybe that's why you guys can't really see it. And as you guys can see, I'm literally just keeping this on the outer section of my eye. I'm not even dragging it here, not even on my crease, nothing. I'm literally just here in the outer V, on the outer portion of my eye, and just blend until you can't blend no more. That's basically what it's looking like. I want to go a tad bit darker, which is now when I will go in with the face palette from Pixie, and I will take this shade right here, which is Bizarre. It's called Bizarre. I'm just gonna dip in. I never used this shade before, so I don't know how intense it is. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely darker. I'm not swirling as much. Like, I'm swirling and dragging out. I'm doing this. This is the motion that I'm doing. Swirling, like half moon out, half moon out, half moon out, or like circle out. Would it be a circle or half moon? Child, I don't know, but y'all get the point. You guys will get the point. I'm going to go back in with the first brush that I used to blend out this right here. I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines that I might have here, and I am barely touching my skin. Like, I hope the camera can like pick it up. Don't mind my wig. I am barely touching my actual skin. So because we applied translucent powder earlier, it literally looks like we already have a lid shade, which is what I like. You can literally just go about your day like this. Like, obviously you need to finish your face, but you can literally just leave your eyes just like this and you have an eye look. You know what I mean? We are going to go in with this shade right here. And then we are just tapping, 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 tapping. So that's pretty much it. So now, as you guys can see, we need to blend. We need to blend this right here. This is where you're gonna go back in with the same brush that you use for your nose, and you're just going to do this. Blend it out. You're just going in the middle. You're not going on the dark, you're not going on the light shade, you're just going in the center. I'm trying the Kiss lash glue liner, and I'm just going to make a thin little line. Where is my applicator though? Okay, apparently I can never win, because now this one is super curl compared to this one. They are the same lash, they just don't look the same. So I just zoomed you guys out a little bit again, because we are going to move on to the face. We're going to move on to the face, baby. And to start off my face, I already primed. No, that's a lie, I did not prime. I already did my, oh my god, my eyes look so beautiful. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to prime the face. So to prime my face, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip Primer. This is the mini travel size one. I'm going to take it on the back of my hand. I'm going to do one pump. As you guys can see, one pump is a lot. Like, one squeeze will have your whole face covered. Don't worry about it. So this is the Hydra Grip Primer, and we have a stippling brush. So we're going to take the brush and dip it into the primer, and we're going to swirl it on our face. It will give you more of a blurred effect, and it will also cover your whole face without you necessarily having to put on so much product. Because sometimes we be going overboard with the product for no reason when it's not really necessary. What I do have to say about this primer though, I like it. I really like it. I only have the travel size one because I run out of the big one, so I need to go repurchase that. I need to go shopping for makeup, because I am running out of a lot of things, and I've just been neglecting it. You guys know I love to contour underneath my face, right? Underneath my foundation and all that jazz. So I'm going to go in with the OFRA Cosmetics concealer wheel, corrector wheel, in deep. And then I'm going to take this shade right here. You don't have to layer foundation. I mean, you don't have to layer concealers. I just prefer to layer concealers. So we're going to put a little bit of this right here. Super controlled. So that's what we're doing. Don't go overboard. Don't be doing the absolute most. This is all you need. And then we're going to be going down the bridge of our nose, the forehead. You guys, I feel like I've said it in previous videos, I am not a huge forehead concealer type of person. I just like to contour my forehead. I like to bronze my forehead. I don't really like to conceal it. So then we're going to stay on the color wheel, the OFRA concealers. We're going to take the deepest shade right here in the middle that we put on our eyes. And we are going to line out our contour. I don't remember last time I contoured my face, which is crazy. I've just been bronzing. I'm gonna blend out my forehead. So I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques brush. You guys know I love this to blend on my contour, and I'm just gonna blend, and you guys know I blend upwards. And I love how this blends. I am in love. It looks crazy, but just trust the process. One of the reasons why I like to do my contour first before I blend on my concealer is just because it helps me control where I put my concealer. Because sometimes we be going overboard with the concealer, child, and there's really no point. Like, it's not necessary at all. We'll be putting on way too much concealer. We'd be just doing the most. Moving on, so I will be taking this brush to blend out the bridge of my nose. And remember, we did contour our nose already, so you want to keep the concealer that you put on there, you want to keep it there. Now I am going to go in with a sponge, and I don't really like using my sponges wet anymore. So I'm going to take my makeup eraser beauty sponge, and I'm going to start blending on my concealer. And I've said this in previous videos, and I repeat, blend out your concealer starting from the outside working in, because you want the most coverage on the inner part of your eyes. Now this is just the first layer of concealer, because we're going to do another concealer on top of this, but you want to start blending out on the outer corners of your eyes and working your way in, because that's where you want the most coverage. When you start blending in on the inside, what you're doing is you're taking the product and you're blending it out. What happens? You blend out here, and then you drag your face down instead of lifting your face up. Does that make sense? And you're also removing coverage from the inner corners of your under eyes. I'm starting right here, and I hope this is not giving me a hard time to blend, because I kind of let it sit for a little bit too long. I hope what I'm saying is making sense, because sometimes I just feel like I be talking and things just don't be making sense. It be just making sense in my head, but as soon as it comes out of my mouth, it be like, big girl, what? What you just said? If you feel like you have more control with a brush, then by all means go ahead and do a brush. You guys know I love blending on my concealer with a brush too. What I will say about this Hydro Grip Primer though, it does not go well with every concealer or every foundation. I've tried it with different ones, and they just don't always go together, but that's fine, because that happens with a lot of products. You just need to, it's like a trial and error type of thing, you know? Okay, so now that I blended out that concealer, we're gonna go in with the Becca Ultimate Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Golden, and we're going to place that in the same place where we placed the other one. So while I let this sit, we are going to get into these bad boys right here, which are foundations. So I picked out 4 foundations today because I didn't know. I think I'm gonna mix these 3. So I'm mixing 2 from the OFRA Ultimate Coverage Foundation, and then I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation as well. I'm in the ABH, I'm the shade 400N, and in the Absolute Coverage from OFRA Cosmetics, I'm in the shade 775 and 725. 775 is too red, 725 is too light, so that's why I like to mix them. So we're going to take the main shade, which is the 775, and we're going to do a pump and a half of that. Then we're going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and we're going to do half a pump of that. That was actually a whole pump. And then we're taking the lightest shade from the OFRA Cosmetics foundation. We're taking a pump of that. We're going to mix it and pray for the best. I'm going to take another pump of the dark one from the OFRA Cosmetics, the 775. And the only reason why I'm taking more is that because I need more is just to get the right color. The right color. I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of the NARS one. And in the NARS one, I'm in the shade GLAM. The same sponge that I used, and then I'm going to just I'm a Sunday sunrise. I marvel how far I've come to rise from my dark nights. Grateful for the grief and so now we're gonna go in with another beauty blend. This is also dry, and I got some concealer on my lashes, but that's fine. Then we're gonna blend out this concealer, and again I'm starting on the outer corners. Like I'm literally starting on the outer part of the eye, and then this one I kind of just drag it out here a little bit. In my community, in relationships, I keep that promise to myself. So now I'm going to go back into my powder concoction, and we're going to set my under eyes. And you guys know my favorite way to do this is with a brush. So I have a setting brush. I take the powder, dab off, put it on. Okay, so after everything we did, can you guys still see how flawless my nose contour is? And I haven't even gotten to that point yet. Like, come on now. You need to have some sort of face powder that matches your actual skin color. So the setting powder that I've been in love with lately is the Becca Cosmetics Light Shifter Finishing Veil. I'm in the shade Vapor 4. I feel like they only have 4 shades, or maybe 5, maybe 6. 6 is me pushing it because I don't really know. But yeah, so I like to put this where I put my foundation. Put that where you put your foundation. You can put it all over your face, but I like to concentrate it where I put my foundation. So that's in between my contour on my forehead. We're going to be doing bottom lash eyeshadow. We're just going to take the bronzer shade that we used on our nose, and we're going to put that on our lower lash line with a smaller detail brush. And I don't have a specific technique per se to do this. Just that it's easier if you look up, if you have a mirror up here, to look up than to look down the way I'm doing it. I just don't have a hand mirror on hand right now. We're going to now finish our nose contours. So you guys know I love me an angled brush for my nose, and we're going to go in with the same shade. And now we're just going to finish this line all the way down. And you already have a guide, so this part should not be too difficult for you to do. So we don't want a Bambi nose. We don't want it to look like this, obviously. I draw the line down like this, but then I flip it to the side, and then I go like this to blend it out. Or you could just take another brush with no product and blend it out to the sides. I'm not a fan of having like a super itty bitty tiny nose. Like, it's cute, but I don't like to overdo my nose contour because I'm just not that gal. So now I'm just going to take some powder, and I'm just going to go down the bridge of my nose. You could do this with a brush if you want more control. I like to go in here on the sides to get a really defined nose contour. There's a difference between defined and not blended. Now we're going to continue with this shade, and we're going to finish off the face and bronze the face with this. So I'm going in with a fluffy brush, and right on top of my contour, a little bit higher than my contour, but very much so on top of my contour too. That's where I like to bronze. Then I love to bronze my forehead. I like my forehead to look super tan and bronzed and sun-kissed. So we're going to use the highlighter that's in this palette, which is this gold one right here. Obviously for this look, I will go with a way more subtle highlighter than this one. That's why we're just taking a little bit. We're taking a tad bit. So we're taking this, and then we are tapping this on. And even though it looks really intimidating on the palette, it's really not that bad. Like, it's really nice. It's a nice little highlight. You just need to know how to like apply it and whatnot. So we're gonna take a lip brush, and you guys know my favorite lip combination for the moment has been Chestnuts from MAC with this lip color right here from the Pixie Beauty. Oh my god, I feel like I'm screaming so you guys can hear me. Is this one from the Pixie Beauty lip palette. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my lips. Okay, so this is literally my finished look. Obviously, if you have setting spray, then spray your face. I'm not gonna do that. I did a little mini ponytail situation with my hair. I was not trying to finesse my hair when it comes to like straighten it and stuff like that, because as I said, I am removing this wig today as soon as I'm done recording this video, because I am over it. This lace is giving lace and not scalp, and that's not what we want, child. But this is the final look. I will be putting on a gloss, but I just want to give you guys the finished look. For those of you who might prefer the matte look, which is stunning, don't get me wrong, it's stunning. I love me a matte lip, but you guys know I don't really be wearing matte lips because it dries out my lips a lot. Even though this is really like this formula from Pixie, it's not drying at all. Like, it's like a satin finish. It's like a satin finish, so you can still feel like you have lipstick on your lips. You don't feel super dry or anything like that. So I could definitely rock this lip, not a problem. I will rock this lip all day every day, not a problem. But I just prefer to have my gloss. But I know some of you guys and some people in general just don't like wearing lip gloss, and that's completely fine. That is okay. This is it. No gloss, just the lip liner and the lipstick. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of the Pop Beauty lip plump pout and clear. Okay, so this is the final look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's super detailed video. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something from this video, and if you did, if you're going to take anything from this video, definitely the primer with the stippling brush trick. Please do that. And also the whole nose contour situation that I did with the eyeshadows. If you're taking anything from this video, please take those two things, because they will literally change your life. They will change your makeup game. You're gonna be really happy with the results. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this video, of this episode of Hollywood Glam. And also don't forget to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also turn on your bell notifications so you do get notified every time I post a new video. Your girl is back on track, trying to stay on track with all these uploads and trying to be consistent and give you guys, you know, all the content that you need. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.